today's topic is lymphatic filariasis. Filar, that means thread like. Lymphatic filariasis, commonly known as elephantiasis, it is a neglected tropical disease and it is a parasitic disease caused by microscopic thread-like worm. The adult worm only live in the human lymph system. A tropical parasitic disease it is that affect the lymph nodes and lymph vessels and is a disfiguring and disabling disease. Infection is usually acquired in childhood, causing hidden damage to the lymphatic system. Clinically, in later life, painful and profoundly disfiguring visible manifestation of the disease include lymphadenema, elephantiasis, and scrotal swelling, which can lead to permanent disability. These patients are not only physically disabled but suffer mental, social, and financial losses, contributing to stigma and poverty. Clinically, the disease is characterized by manifestation ranging from asymptomatic to acute and chronic features like fever, lymphanginitis, lymphadenitis, lymph varix, elephantiasis of the affected part. It may be leg, arm, or genital. The disease may also present as hypersensitivity state such as tropical pulmonary eosinophilia and causes deterioration of respiratory functions, or an atypical form such as filarial arthritis. Disease is not fatal but having public health importance because of it is an important cause of deformity and disability. Now regarding problem statement, as it is a social, economical as well as health problem. Social as stigma, economical there is loss of employment, and health problem in the form of disability and deformity. The global baseline estimate of the people affected by lymphatic filariasis was 25 million men with hydrocele and over 15 million people with lymphadenema. At least 36 million people remains with these chronic disease manifestations. 859 million people in 50 countries worldwide remain threatened by lymphatic filariasis. As in India, it is also public health problem in 8 states which are heavily infected areas are found in UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Telangana, Maharashtra, and West Bengal. It is estimated that 630 million people are at risk of lymphatic filariasis infection in 256 endemic districts in 16 states and UTs. Now, lymphatic filariasis is caused by infection with parasites classified as nematodes of the family Filariidae. There are 3 types of these thread-like filarial worm: Vaucheria bancroftii, which is responsible for 90% of cases, Brugia malei, which causes most of the remainder of the cases, and Brugia tumori, which also causes the disease. The periodicity of microfilaria of Vaucheria bancroftii and Brugia malei in India show a nocturnal periodicity. The maximum density of microfilaria in blood is reported between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. But interestingly, when the sleeping habits of the host are altered, a reversal in periodicity has been observed. Now regarding host factor, all ages are susceptible to infection in endemic areas. Filarial infection has been found even in infants aged less than 6 months. Of infection rate rises with age up to the age of 20 to 30 years, and then after a plateau level comes, and microfilarial rate may decline in middle age and old age. Males are more affected than females because of outdoor activities. Social factors include industrialization, urbanization, migration, poverty, eruption of slum, and poor sanitation. Migration, the movement of people from one place to another, has led to extension of filariasis into area previously non-endemic. Now, incubation period, there are two terms, pre-patent period and clinical incubation period. Pre-patent period, it is a time interval between inoculation of infective larvae and the first appearance of detectable microfilaria, not clinical sign and symptom. Clinical incubation period is time interval between from invasion of infective larvae to the development of clinical manifestation, and it is commonly 8 to 16 months, or it may be longer. Now, vectors, all mosquitoes are responsible, Culex, Anopheles and Aedes for Boucherian filariasis, and Mansonites and Anopheles for Brugian filariasis. Climate play an important role, temperature between 22 degree to 38 degree and humidity 70%. It favors the breeding of mosquito, their longevity, and also determine the development of parasite in the body of vector. Now comes to the transmission. The vector mosquito are infected with microfilaria by ingesting blood. When biting an infected host, microfilaria matures into infective larvae within the mosquito. When infected mosquito bite people, mature parasite larvae are deposited on the skin, and these larvae migrated to lymphatic vessel and develop into adult worm. Adult worm nest in the lymphatic vessel and can live for approximately 6 to 8 years and produce millions of microfilaria, that is immature larvae, that circulate in the blood, thus continuing a cycle of transmission. The dynamic of transmission depends upon the man mosquito contact, that is infective biting rate. Now, clinical manifestation, it is basically two types, lymphatic filariasis and occult filariasis. Lymphatic filariasis infection involve asymptomatic, acute and chronic conditions. In all endemic area, a proportion of population does not show microfilaria or clinical manifestation of the disease, although they have same degree of exposure to infective larvae as those who become infected. So this stage is known as asymptomatic amicrofilarimia. The majority of infection are asymptomatic, showing no external sign of infection, while contributing to the transmission of parasite. These asymptomatic infection still causes damage to the lymphatic system and the kidney and alter the body's immune system. That is the asymptomatic microfilarimia. When lymphatic filariasis develop into chronic condition, it lead to lymphedema, that is tissue swelling, or elephantiasis, that is skin or tissue thickening of limb, and hydrocele, that is scrotal swelling. Now, acute attack, it occurs in early months of the year, early months or years. Attack is painful. Patient may complain of fever, nausea, headache and soreness of the lymph node. Soreness means uncomfortable feeling in the lymph nodes, lymph glands. Clinical manifestation include fever, lymphangitis, lymphadenitis, lymphedema and epididymoorchitis in male. The lymphedema of the lower limb is classified into 3 grades or 3 stage. Grade 1, there is mostly pitting edema and spontaneously reversal on elevation of foot. Grade 2, mostly non-pitting edema and there is non-spontaneously reversible on elevation. Grade 3, that is elephantiasis, there is gross increase in volume in grade 2 lymphadenema with dermatosclerosis and papillomatous lesion. Chronic attack usually develop 10 to 15 years from the onset of acute attack, and it occurs due to fibrosis and obstruction of lymphatic vessel. It causes permanent structural changes. There are some difference between the Bancroftian and Brugian filariasis. Bancroftian filariasis, there are less recurrent attack of fever, and in Brugian there is more frequent. In Bancroftian filariasis, genitalia is affected, and that is not affected in Brugian filariasis. In chronic case, entire limb is affected in Bancroftian filariasis, and in Brugian, leg below knee and arm below elbow is affected. Now, occult filariasis, that is also known as cryptic filariasis, because it occurs because of hypersensitivity reaction and is resulting in tropical pulmonary eosinophilia. The disease is characterized by nocturnal cough, breathlessness, wheezing, miliary infiltration of lungs. The disease may be associated with lymphadenopathy and hepatosplenomegaly. Microfilaria are almost never present in blood, and there is absolute eosinophilic count that is very much increased. Complication: if untreated, interstitial fibrosis of lung occurs that leads to COPD and respiratory failure. Now, lymphedema management. Filaria patient with damaged lymphatic vessel often have more bacteria on the skin because of moisture and warmth than usual, which causes multiple skin lesion and inflammation. Repeated bacterial infection precipitate frequent acute attacks, which further damage the tiny lymphatic vessel in the skin, that reducing their ability to drain fluid, and the vicious cycle continues, aggravating the condition of the patient. The lymphedema measurement include the following component: washing, prevention and cure of entry lesions, elevation of foot, exercise, wearing proper footwear, management of the acute attack. And remember, no exercise during an acute attack, as such exercise will be painful, and cold compress will help the patient in relieving the pain. Now, treatment for uncomplicated ADLA, that is acute dermatolymphangioadenitis. Lymphatic filariasis is now viewed as public health issue. The guideline for the first level care worker developed by WHO to manage the acute dermatolymphangioadenitis, that is ADLA. First, give analgesic such as paracetamol 1 gram 3-4 times in a day. Give oral antibiotics such as amoxicillin. In case of allergy to penicillin, oral erythromycin can be used. Clean the limb with antiseptics and check for any wound, cut, abscess or interdigital infection, especially between the toes. Clean with antiseptic if any present. If local superficial skin infection is found, give antibiotic cream, apply antifungal cream. If interdigital infection is present, give advice about the prevention of chronic lymphadenoma caused by lymphatic filariasis, and do not give antifilarial medicine. Home management include drinking plenty of water, rest, elevation of the limb, wriggling of toes, cooling the limb with cold water, and washing the limb if the patient can do it, and follow up the case after 2 days at home. If situation does not improve, then refer the patient to physician for hospital treatment. Now, these are some pictures of washing and care of affecting limb. Now, management of severe ADLA. Refer the patient to the physician immediately to receive a recommended antibiotic treatment. Intravenous therapy should be given, IV, benzyl penicillin, that is penicillin G, or IM procaine penicillin until fever subsides. Then give oral penicillin V. The minimum total treatment is at least for 8 days. In case of allergy to penicillin, give IV erythromycin until fever subsides, then give oral erythromycin or any other antibiotic according to the local situation. Analgesic or antipyretic, paracetamol may be used, and do not give any antifilarial medicine to avoid any inflammation. Exercise to improve lymphedema. It should not be done in acute condition, but it is very useful. More they exercise, the better they are. Exercise help by pumping the fluid and improving drainage. It should not be done in acute stage. Now there are some simple exercise such as standing up on the toes exercise. Stand with both feet slightly apart, holding on the wall, a person or other support. Raise onto the toes of both feet at the same time and then sink back down to flat feet. It should be repeated 5 to 15 times. If the patient is unable to rise on both feet at the same time, the exercise can be done 1 foot at a time. Another is sitting or lying down. It may be toe point exercise or circle exercise. Toe point exercise, while sitting or lying down, point toes towards the floor, then bends or extend the toes upward. Repeat 5 to 15 times and then repeat with other leg. Circle exercise, while sitting or lying down, move the foot in a circle to the right and to the left. Repeat with another leg. If sitting on the floor, protect the heel with flat pillow. Now, elimination of lymphatic filariasis. The National Filarial Control Program has been in operation since 1955. In June 1978, the operational component of National Filarial Control Program was merged with Urban Malarial Scheme for maximum utilization of available resources. The main control strategies were mass DEC administration, anti-larval measure in urban area, and indoor residual spray in rural area, and information, education and communication. In 2002, National Health Policy envisages elimination of lymphatic filariasis in India by 2015. Now, what is elimination? Elimination is defined as lymphatic filariasis ceases to be the public health problem when the number of microfilaria carriers is less than 1% and the children born after initiation of elimination of lymphatic filariasis are free from circulating antigenemia, that is presence of adult filaria worm in human body. To achieve elimination of lymphatic filariasis, during 2004, the Government of India launched annual mass drug administration with single dose. But since 2007, the co-administration of DEC plus albendazole has been upscaled. So now both the drugs are given in MDA, mass drug administration. Annual mass drug administration of antifilarial drug for 5 years or more to the eligible population except pregnant women or children less than 2 years of age and seriously ill patient to interrupt the transmission of disease. So to interrupt the transmission of disease, annual mass drug administration of antifilarial drugs for 5 years should be given. Home based management of lymphedema cases and upscaling of hydrocele operation in identified CHC, district hospital and medical college. Now, filarial survey. To know, the survey should be done to know the magnitude of problem or to evaluate the control measures. There are two types of survey, routine survey or evaluation survey. So, NICD, that is National Institute for Communicable Disease, it recommend 5 to 7% population for routine survey and 20% population for evaluation survey. Now, there are different components of survey. Mass drug survey, The definitive diagnosis of lymphatic filariasis depend upon the demonstration of living parasite in the human body. This calls for a night blood survey. Membrane filter concentration method, the most sensitive method currently available for detecting low density microfilariae in the blood, that is by concentration techniques. Clinical survey, at the same time when the blood is collected, people are examined for clinical manifestation of filariasis, which should be recorded in the suggested schedule. Serological survey, to detect the antibodies or parasite antigen in the patient blood or urine. Xenodiagnosis, the mosquitoes are allowed to feed on patient and then dissected 2 weeks later. Where other techniques may fail, this may succeed in detecting very low density microfilariae. Entomological survey, this comprises the general mosquito collection from houses. Now, control measure, it include chemotherapy and vector control. Chemotherapy for the treatment, for the purpose of treatment, in case of Bancroftian filariasis, DEC, that is diethyl carbamazepine citrate, it should be given in doses of 6 mg per kg per day for 12 days. And in Bergian filariasis, DEC 3 to 6 mg per kg per day for 12 days. DEC medicated salt are also used, and it is a special form of mass treatment using very low doses of the drug over a long period of time. Common salt medicated, in this common salt is medicated with 1 to 4 gram of the DEC per kg. Ivermectin 200 to 400 milligram per kg causes gradual decrease in microfilarial level over 2 to 4 weeks in 2 to 4 weeks to 20%. Now, prevention, when mass treatment of DEC is impracticable, the control of filariasis must depend upon the vector control. Vector control may also be beneficial when used in conjunction with mass treatment, that is integrated control measures. Avoidance of mosquito bites through personal protective measures or community level vector control and participation in MDA is the best option to prevent the lymphatic filariasis. Now, managing the morbidity and preventing the disability. Simple hygiene, it includes the simple hygiene measures such as basic skin care and exercise to prevent ADL and progression of lymphedema and elephantiasis. For management of hydrocele, surgery may be appropriate. Psychological and socio-economical support for people with disabling condition to ensure that they have equal access to rehabilitation services and opportunities for health, education and income. Promoting positive attitude towards the people with disability, preventing the causes of disabilities, providing education and training, supporting the local initiatives and supporting micro and macro income generating scheme. The activities can also include education of the families and communities to help the patient with lymphatic filariasis to fulfill their role in society. Thus, the vocational training and appropriate psychological support may be necessary to overcome the depression and economical loss associated with disease. These are the references. Thank you.